We're back! This time in DC. But how did we get to DC, you might ask? This is you asking in the quiet part. Okay. So, say hi, Julia.
Hello.
Okay, so when last you left us, we had just taken the bus from Lafayette to New Orleans, right? Because the last slide of the last show was in the train bus station in New Orleans. So we caught a train called the Crescent, if you're really curious. And the only difference is it's only one story train, not that exciting. And we got to DC Union Station, and now we get to talk about DC. It's going to be a few videos because DC is amazing. All right. So the mall. Can't buy very much at the mall, but it is kind of where all the museums are. Um, because we were staying near Union Station, this was a natural walk to get to some cool stuff.
And of course, a lot of pictures of fall since we're still in the middle of fall.
Right. This is, when is it? It's late November? Anyway, late November. I don't memorize the dates. That's obviously Washington Monument. Let's go on. Completely random. Because of the angle that we were walking up, this is Congress. And this was kind of trying to show just one part of the building and also fall, right? Some leaves are gone. I'm gonna just move on before I babble. All right, so more fall.
And of course, pictures of like architecture that we just thought was really cool. And I really like that building. And
So
yeah.
the building that Julia is in love with happens to be the castle for the Smithsonian's. This is when the Smithsonian's were only one building. That was it. And so we did walk the entire tidal basin with a friend of mine. So let's move on. Oh, it's the tidal basin.
And this is our favorite shot. Just a random shot that shows both the basin and of course a beautiful shot of fall colors.
And it's a perfect shot to be the difference between Julia had to look up and Daniel had to limbo. That was that was tricky. All right, so now we have one of our founding fathers because around the tidal basin in DC there are a number of monuments and statues to different people. So this is Jefferson hanging out in his little house. There was a bit of construction going on, so we didn't want to kind of mess with it too much. You can see some of it in the right, but not very much of it. Not
And it's Jefferson. How close do I want to get?
And a different monument. It says, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." And if you're wondering who said that, it is Martin Luther King, the man himself. Fantastic. It was very beautiful seeing it.
And I just want to make a note that these two ladies in the picture on the left were just adorable. When they realized whose monument that was, they just darted around to get the front of it, and the looks on their faces. And I'm just like, only these great monuments, and especially one of great people, can really draw that kind of excitement out of someone. So I just wanted to capture that.
Yeah, they somehow arrived here and didn't know what this was. They were just pretty innocent and naive and then very, very excited. And so we also wanted to show a couple of the parts from FDR's. I'm not going to read every one of these, so pause if you want, but there were a lot of different quotes from FDR and from his wife about war and kind of the difficult times that they had endured while he was president. So just some different shots, and there's John, and I'm definitely not giving him bunny ears.
You definitely are giving him bunny ears.
That's complete
But
misrepresentation.
we've got Miss Eleanor and a few other shots here, some famous
Great,
shots.
great statues built in, very commonplace. All right.
And this was just the other side of the
title basin. Yeah, no, absolutely.
So
we got to get birds and boats and
and the other side of the city.
Fair enough. So I guess we're moving on. I recognize when these were. So this is Thanksgiving Day, I believe. There was a turkey trot 5K run that we got completely blocked from where we were going. And they were some of these people were pretty exhausted.
And just fun shots and a little bit of a preview of the different videos to come.
Sure. And this is Games in the Hotel. Who is that?
This is my very good friend Jocelyn, and yeah, I love this picture of her trying to explain a brand new game to us, and Daniel's look of question mark.
We played it.
We played it, and we had a good, and we lost, but it was a good game. It was fun, and it was great to see her.
Cute picture with the two of you. All right, moving right along.
And this is a picture of a yummy pizza.
It's pizza.
It's pizza. I love pizza. Uno's. This is Uno's at Union Station. They had a Uno's, and it was deep dish, and I got to have some, so it was very good. But what video would be without more food? And here is more food. Just a small sampling of the different dishes we indulged in while we were in the city.
Which one's which, but these are
just yummy goodness.
I think we know that we're not recording this live, so my memory is.
It's been a while.
It has been a little bit. All right, let's move on. Amazing food.
And definitely a preview of the videos to come. This is a shot of the
right. We briefly went through the Bureau of Engraving before we did the title basin,
and that was a lot of fun to see all of that. And obviously we're gonna have some stamps.
Oh, definitely. This should be its own video. Right
that will be its own video.
Definitely.
And it was a little homage to the Native American or Native Indian Museum, American Indian Museum.
Yes.
And it included a little tidbit of natural flora and fauna, and it included Hawaii. So I thought that was really cool.
All right. And so that should be a video at some point. Oh.
As well,
I know which museum this is.
As well as the African American
history and culture.
What an amazing museum.
Fantastic. And we'll talk about that in another video. And I hope this tiny little video sees you in a good time in your life. All right. We're signing off.
All right. See you next time.
See you next time, everybody.